So you want to be a stormtrooper, huh? Well, you better be prepared for some rigorous training. We'll start at the crack of dawn with shooting lasers in no particular direction and with minimal precision. Then we'll break for breakfast. Then we get into jogging in a line practice after that. After lunch, we'll focus on keeping your uniform clean. Then dinner. Then it's free play. Training lasts for 2 days, and then you're all set, ready to join the ranks of one of the most elite groups in the galaxy known as the Stormtroopers. There's only 1 billion of them, so you should feel proud of yourself. You ever watch Star Wars and stop to think about those poor white helmet wearers? There's a seemingly endless amount of them, and they're unfortunately pretty expendable. While most fans of the series are focused on the action going on between the main characters, it's easy to overlook the fact that Stormtroopers are people too, probably with spouses and families and social lives when they're off the clock. Maybe some of them enjoy skateboarding, or other ones are incredible painters. We barely know anything about these people other than the fact that they're passably qualified to do their job. Heck, they probably aren't even that evil. They may work for the Empire, but that doesn't make them bad people. You gotta figure that for a majority of them, this is just a job. It pays the bills so that they can afford to put food on their plate. I used to deliver patio furniture when I was younger, and I didn't even have a patio. You see what I mean?
Look at you, you haven't even got a name tag. You got no chance. Why don't you just fall down?
Stormtroopers aren't the only ones in this category. The Henchman is a common thing in the villain world. So many movies and TV shows portray a bad guy being accompanied by a squad of no-goodniks doing his or her bidding. By the way, henchman sounds like a male-specific term, but I mean it unisexually. Henchperson just sounds weird, but male or female can be a henchman. You've seen them before. While the Stormtroopers are probably the most notable example, this is no rare thing. Every type of content has them too. So long as there's good versus evil, there's sure to be some drones helping out the evil side of things. Everything from superhero movies to organized crime stories to street gangs has some element of these mindless soldiers who are just there to follow orders and ultimately probably lose. In the cartoon world, the minions from Despicable Me became hugely popular, despite the fact that they were the epitome of mindless henchmen. They couldn't even speak proper English. Geez, those things creep me out. Rewinding back a bit, there's also the Cobra from G.I. Joe. They were traditional soldiers willing to do what they're told, but also expendable and without much character details or development. The same could be said for the Foot Clan from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Henchmen don't even really need to be human. The flying monkeys from The Wizard of Oz were totally just doing the Wicked Witch's bidding for her. And while on the subject of airborne primates, the space monkeys from Fight Club had a similar type of relationship with their leader Tyler Durden. Plus, if you've seen our video correlating Fight Club to The Dark Knight, then you'd notice how the Joker had a crew of cronies helping him out as well. Those guys would do anything for him. It was almost like he was a cult leader. Then again, he was pretty selective about his hiring process, choosing to focus mainly on individuals with mental instabilities whom he knew he could take advantage of. Then again, to be a standard henchman means to be very average at what you do. Getting easily defeated, beaten up, or having your plans foiled is kind of part of the job. The good ones, who actually excel at what they do and are even the least bit reliable, usually end up moving up the ranks. Take someone like General Hux from Star Wars as a prime example of someone who worked their way out from the cellar and into a position of real power. He wasn't content simply following orders, and instead took the initiative to go above and beyond, and was rewarded with a bigger role and added responsibility. You need to be really dedicated to the role if you expect to move up the ranks, people. So what's the job actually like? Let's examine what it takes to be a good henchman. Like any job, there must be a certain level of criteria. Like, what's the Stormtrooper's interview process like? Does it help you land a job if you've worked for another supervillain in the past? Yeah, over here, where it says work experience, we see that you were a Subway sandwich artist and that you also worked at IKEA, but we were really looking for someone with a bit more combat experience, maybe with a certification in laser shooting. We're sorry. It's not like they're just recruiting any random crazy person off the street and throwing them in a white plastic suit and handing them a space gun, right? There must be some sort of screening process. Oh, how I'd love to be a fly on the wall during that interview. Pretty much any profession that requires handling a weapon also requires rigorous testing, you would hope. You gotta figure that these stormtroopers are at least being deemed qualified before being sent out to battle. Then again, like I said before, there are 1 billion of them. The threshold to entry can't be that small. It's absolutely quantity over quality, that's for sure. They aren't holding out for the cream of the crop. It's not like these are the most skilled warriors. If we're being brutally honest, half of them can barely aim. With that many employees, it makes you wonder what their recruiting tactics are like. I'm not sure if the Empire is posting ads to Craigslist or LinkedIn or what, but whoever is running their recruiting deserves a nice big raise because onboarding that many new people is no easy task. Maybe they're posting flyers with the tear-off phone number at the bottom, like an ad for guitar lessons. Want to earn a comfortable income while working in a fast-paced environment with room for growth and upward mobility? Be a Stormtrooper today! Also, with that many employees, it makes you wonder what the compensation is like. How much money does the Empire freaking have? Not only are they building a massive planet-destroying Death Star and own a seemingly limitless amount of spacecrafts, but how are they paying over 1 billion salaried employees? I don't know what the economy is like, but you have to figure they're paying these people a semi-fair wage. After all, they're putting their lives on the line. They're out there risking life and limb for the job, so they must be making enough that it's worthwhile. I wonder if some henchman jobs pay better than others. Like, are there any lifelong career henchmen out there who jump from villainous organization to villainous organization? Maybe they work freelance for a few years, picking up henchman contracts until landing a new full-time role somewhere. Plus, they must get decent insurance benefits. I mean, if your job description literally entails getting shot at and exploded on the reg, then they must take care of you. It's dangerous, so you'd expect the employer to take care of any work-related health incidents. Who knows, maybe they get full dental and eyesight. I bet they're even comped massages. That's probably one of the best perks of being a stormtrooper. I guarantee they even get free gym access, because you never really see an out-of-shape stormtrooper, do you? So what's a day in the life of a stormtrooper like?
Work is work.
Yeah, totally.
Well, they probably work in shifts. There's so many of them that they're probably cycling through posts all day and all night. Ugh, the logistics of organizing shifts and assigning tasks is probably astronomical. Whoever is in charge of scheduling must be a wizard. Let's say you have the morning shift. You wake up, you wash up, you eat a hearty breakfast, and you throw on your white bubble outfit. Head to your post for your start time, which is 7 a.m., and stand there holding your laser blaster until 3 p.m. when someone comes and relieves you. If a hero shows up, you follow protocol and you attack them one by one rather than all at once. It might seem less effective and you're sure to get your butt kicked, but them's the rules. You can take 2 15-minute breaks during your shift so long as someone covers your post. You're welcome to enjoy one of the employee lounges where individuals gather around the water cooler to discuss how badly they got beaten up in the most recent infiltration. After work, if you were lucky enough to avoid being beaten up that day, you get to go home and tell the spouse and the kids all about your long day of standing and patrolling empty hallways. What a life. Seriously though, why do bad guys always attack one at a time? It's an unfathomably dumb system. Whether it's superheroes or secret agents or action heroes, they're always taking out foes one by one. If they all just attacked all at once, I'm sure they'd yield much better results. Unfortunately, that just isn't standard procedure, and getting defeated in a single-file line is still the norm. I wonder if they'll ever figure that one out. So now that you're familiar with the lifestyle, do you think that you could cut it as a henchman? How do you think you'd fare as a stormtrooper? Let us know in the comments section down below. I bet it's a lot harder than you think. Also, before you go, make sure to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to Screen Rant to stay up to date on all of our latest and greatest releases. Until next time, bye!